VC, how are we? Thanks for joining me again. Station Vinyl Boy Trigger. Tonight's video is going to be a contest entry for Bill at the Vinylverse. 100 subs, congrats mate, doing great. Hit pretty quickly, and I think you're way beyond that already. Bill's just a really all-round nice guy. You know, Bill's said it before, he's into these progressive stuff, big fan of Yes, and big fan of Genesis, and just a general all-round great guy and a great person to have in the VC. So, and I like these questions, so I thought I'd have a punt of this contest. Have a go. Alright, so it's all about going live. So maybe I should have done a live stream. Maybe doing one of them one day. Seems to be the go these days. Anyway, what am I on about? Yes, sorry, mental blank. Here we go. Okay, so favourite live albums. Okay, I think you might have said one, but I got a few here. 3, 4, maybe 5. So just gonna show you. Sorry, get there. You know, fan of Genesis, obviously, and I am a fan of Genesis. I don't have much Genesis, and I've really got a few more to explore. A lot more to explore, really, but always a fan of Phil Collins growing up, and I was really happy when I picked this up. They're seriously live tour. Seriously, yeah. Seriously live. Serious hits. Just to double, gatefold, just absolutely great track listing. Hopefully you can see it there. He had a lot of band members with him. He had a whole conglomerate of players and backing vocals and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, that track listing is not a bad song at all. Something Happened, The Way to Heaven, Against All Odds, Who Said I Would, One More Night, Don't Lose My Number. Anyway, you've seen it. I don't need to go through it. It's right there. If you haven't seen it, there it is. Big fan of Phil, and yeah, just amazing. What a show. Look at that carousel. It's pretty cool. So that's one of my favourite live albums. Where are we going to go now? Chisels. I've talked about them before a few times. Cold Chisel. This is called Swing Shift. This is another double album. Now, live albums a little bit hit and miss, just because you can probably lose some of the audio and just the whole acoustics in a big outdoor arena. But yeah, these are nice custom labels, which I probably got upside down. But yeah, this Chisels, one of Australia's most famous bands to never make it overseas. Big in the 80s, sort of started in the 70s, 80s and 90s, and solo career with Jimmy Barnes, lead singer, and Ian Moss, another big one. Great guitarist of this band, and Don Walker, who is a bit of an unsung hero of this band, who wrote a lot of their songs. And just great track listing, a lot of sleepers on this one, a lot of songs that are not sort of their main hits. They do a version of Bob Dylan's Knocking on Heaven's Door. Is that the most covered song ever? Where's my spectacles? Just Cold Chisel, Four Walls is awesome. Long As I Can See the Light is a great song. There's so many great, just not big hits of the Chisels. Conversations, Shipping Steel. They're pub rock band, working class people, sort of like maybe like the Bruce Springsteen of Australia, you know, and they do blues, they do a bit of a reggae sort of number on here. This is a great album, I love this one, and this has got a lot of sentimental value to me because I inherited that. What else am I going to go to? Another Aussie band, Angels. I haven't got this on vinyl or tape. No, sorry, or CD. Angels, Live Line. Yeah, this is a great great live album. The vinyl comes on a double album, so this has got condensed songs on there, but this is just hard rock from the late 70s up until probably the start of the 90s was their peak stuff. The Angels, if you're into hard rock, great stuff. Talked about them before as well. And I think you got to just say this one. This band, I don't know, it doesn't get a lot of love in the VC, and I don't know, I don't understand it. They're massive, you know, in the 90s. They're one of the biggest bands ever, in my opinion. I love them. So I'm going to give them some love. And, you know, Unplugged. What an album. This is just beautiful Unplugged live album. You know, some of the ones that really stand out to me, obviously the famous ones, but All Apologies and Where Did You Sleep Last Night and Lake of Fire, probably the last three, I love those. Plateau, oh, just so many great songs. Penroll Tea, Jesus Doesn't Want Me for a Sunbeam. I mean, we all know it. This is a great Unplugged live album. And just as a bit of a, just to show it, because I only listened to this the other day, and I've had it probably in my inbox for over at least 6 months. Loggins and Messina. Just a great country rock, folk, really good double album. Okay, I want to try and get this through this by 10 minutes. Okay, your memorable live experience, concert experience. I'll do this in a sort of condensed version, but it was my adventure with my girlfriend at the time and my wife now. Glastonbury experience, and it was amazing. And basically living in the UK, friends of friends, so they're going down to Glastonbury, and me and Tash, my wife, said yeah, we'll be going, and a group of my friends sort of said that as well, we'll be going. So they organised a bus, about 40 people going down on this bus. Probably the last day, pretty much all my friends pulled out. I don't know, for all our different reasons. But me and Tash were going. So we ended up going with these friends of friends. Got on a bus, I don't know, midnight in London, drove down there and got down to Glastonbury at sort of, I don't know, early in sort of sunrise. Everything's a bit sketchy. A few years ago, it was 99, I think. It was a dry Glastonbury. Glastonbury is often known for wet and mud. This was dry. We got there, and pretty much we just pulled up and we all jumped the fence. So 40 of us just jumped the fence. And I really can't remember. I'm trying to rack my brain whether that was the plan, or we're going to plan to get tickets down there. I can't remember. But we all went down there, pulled up somewhere, all just jumped it. It's about a 10-foot high fence, so we got a few people got boosts and helped out a few people, and we all got over. Had my backpack and our tent, threw it over the fence first and went over. And basically, in a backpack we had two litre bottles of Coke with a litre poured out and replaced by a litre of JD in each bottle. So we had two JD bottles into 2-litre bottles of Coke, and a little Bunsen burner thing, like a heater thing, and baked beans. And we thought we're obviously going to buy stuff there at the festival. So we pitched our tent and then headed out and started watching bands. By probably 11 o'clock, went to go buy something to eat, lost my wallet. Maybe lost it, maybe got stolen, I don't know. Often there's a lot of thievery goes on at these concerts because everyone's a bit off their heads, or, you know, happy and free and whatever. So anyway, so we had no money. Now, these friends of our friends didn't really give a shit, and they would just barter us. So we basically, for the next 3 days, we had supplies, didn't we? We had our JDs and we had our baked beans. But anyway, and it basically culminated in a great festival, musical-wise, where probably the best gig that I've ever seen to this day is REM. They headlined the festival. that was just amazing. Michael Stipe, he was just so passionate, and just the delivery, it was amazing. Something to stay with me forever. And it was amazing. So can you call that a concert? It was like obviously an act, but it wasn't their own concert. But that was the best performance I've ever seen live. Is REM. We saw other bands like Lenny Kravitz was there. We saw Underworld, which was awesome. We saw Bush was there. Hole, the Aussie Aboriginal band Yothu Yindi. Amazing time, but we basically just survived on what we had, and just I don't know. All right, that was pretty much that. And probably band that I miss, well, that you haven't seen, that you're sort of most disappointed that you haven't seen, and that would be Nirvana again, because they played in Sydney at the big day out. I think it might have been '92, and I didn't go, so missed opportunity. But don't dwell. All right, that's it, Bill. Hope that was okay, and take care, everybody.